Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry that we're late today. So let me show you my talk today. Yeah, it's called Children's Multiliteracy. My name is Lisa Kalugina, and if you participated a few years ago in Polyglot gathering in Bratislava, I was presenting there not the same topic, but also about Olya, my daughter. And let me talk about our background today. So I'm a tutor. I'm tutoring a few languages. You can read them here. And also I have a master degree in education from a Russian university. We live in Siberia for the moment. And I'm going to start my PhD in bilingual education in August. So now Olya is 7. And she's full 7. It means that maybe in November she will be 8. She had never attended school in Russia, but we had a chance to live last year in America. So she went to an elementary school in Arkansas. It was kindergarten class, so it's not the first grade. Now she would have been in the first grade, but we'll talk about this later. And so it means that she was never schooled, never taught by teachers, but still there is no intention in our family to homeschool her, although I believe that 7 years old is too much not to go to school. I'm really waiting for the moment. And let me talk about our experience in reading and writing. Let's start with English. This is a text for the first grade, and you can see the text here, and Olya is reading.
Hi, Olya. Okay, let's read in English.
Okay. It was a hot day. Jimmy and Sam wanted to set up a stand to sell lemonade. They made lemonade by mixing water, lemons, and sugar. Next, they set up a table and put out cups. After that, they made a big sign. Jimmy and Sam sold it for 50 cents a cup. Lots of people came to buy their drinks. At the end of the day, Jimmy and Sam had made $30.
That's right. Bye.
So she was like a little bit questioning herself because two words in this text that she struggled with, they were 50 and 30. I don't know why, but we got revised numbers. So that's her reading level for now. And she loves reading English. And during all these years, well, probably I think the first favorite Ola's book was in English.
Hi, Olya.
Sorry.
Okay, let's.
Here is a list of reading languages, and let's talk about this topic. What means a reading language? Here in Siberia, when you say that you know a language or you speak a language, it always applies that you do speak it. And I was really surprised in America when like professors or anyone could say, "Oh, that's my reading language." I never actually speak it. And for me or for us, it's like, you know, only half language, right? But in America, in their culture, it's definitely an advantage. So you could speak like 2, 3 languages, and it doesn't mean you have to speak them. But when it comes to children, it's the opposite. Because a few years ago, like I guess 3 years ago, when I had a talk at the Polyglot gathering, I said something like, Olya speaks 10 languages. And some people were, wow, only speaking. And I was like, oh, she's 4 years old. And now, so our languages that we use for playing and learning, it's about a dozen. And the list of reading languages is fewer, but I think it's just a matter of time when she will be reading all of them. So the first language that Olya started to learn how to read was Chinese, and it was really early. In my opinion, it was really early because I never bothered with the early reading. It's not my type. I believe that children should learn by school, like start at 5, 6, 7, or something like this. But Chinese was exceptional because they have characters, and some characters, especially first ones, are pictograms, and they look fun. Olya loves characters. Well, it's getting harder and harder with throughout years, but at first she really loved them. For instance, her favorite character is Shui. It means water because she loves water. And the first one was Chinese, and probably next one was Russian, but not by my efforts because we live here and signs are everywhere and relatives are all Russian. And of course they want to make some cubes games or to write something, names or happy birthday in Russian, so something like this, and it's everywhere. But ironically, I do believe right now that Russian isn't her strongest reading language. I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, but when you feel too comfortable living in the target language country, so I never put enough effort into Russian. Actually, it was my dream that I would do anything. I wouldn't do anything, and Olya will just absorb Russian letters and Russian sentences, and they could be literate out of nowhere. And it didn't happen. So now I have to look at her progress and to make sure that she's at the same reading level as her peers. And before preparing to our presentation, yes, I checked. Yes, she has first grade reading level for Russian school. Well, she isn't fluent, but it was okay. So English she already saw, and she attended an American school for 4 months, and they learned how to read a lot, and she really enjoyed that. French, Spanish, Greek, Japanese, Swedish. Oh, sorry about the typo. Let's listen how she reads in Swedish.
Okej, Olya, ska vi läsa?
Ja.
Okej.
Du äter äpple, tomat och uppe. Vi äter banan, citron och ananas. Detta äter päron, gurka och äpple. Du äter blåbär. Han dricker vatten. Gigi äter glass, tårta, munk och hallon. Babba äter potatis, apelsin och choklad.
Jättebra!
Okay, so I never thought about reading in Swedish for Olya, but now I have so many students for Swedish immigrants, and I taught so many children, well, I don't know, like 10 children. I taught how to read, and then I thought, okay, my own daughter has to learn too. And it didn't take much because after English and French and Spanish and Latin alphabet, it's pretty easy. Although there are many, many sounds that we still need to work on. Some easy sentences are not difficult to read. So,
Okay, Olya, Skaveliesa.
sorry. What do I use for teaching Olya how to read? First of all, I think our main educational tool is Jamboard. I hope you know it. If you don't, it's just a really cool tool for making a presentation. It has separated slides, and that's why it's way better than Miro, for instance, in my opinion. It has stickers, so when we started to learn how to read in French, for instance, and of course, while I was struggling and suffering, so we made a few Jamboards, and like I wrote something funny in French. I'll show you examples. Something funny, and she found stickers or pictures or photos, and all together it's like quality time for us, and I'm the only one who can do these Jamboards, and she really enjoys it. What you see in this slide is our attempt to learn hiragana. It's super difficult because I don't know how to read it, so we learn together. We use an app, and please let me know if you need the name. I'll tell you when you have time for questions. So we use an app, and we learn only those kanas, hiragana that we met there, because I'm sure what it means. Like here we see koi, it means a carp, and this is my handwriting, not Ola's. Wow, she tried, to write, and but here I made a game for her. So first I wrote all hiragana, then I drew all this. By the way, if you can't guess this animal with a big nose, this is a rhino. I don't know how to draw rhino. Here it is. And then she just matched. She read and matched. We also use Reading X for English, and it's a perfect educational tool. I loves it, really. Well, not loves it like she wants to spend every day or the whole day, but she loves it enough to do one map every single day. So Reading X is a cool tool for English. Very easy, very fun, and it's not super expensive, so I totally recommend it. Razumeykin, it's a Russian educational site. So remember when I realized that Olya does not absorb anything from the environment, from the science, I decided that we need something systematic. So we use this for learning how to read. Of course, books, both educational books, and we read a lot in many languages together, like for bedtime, or just sometimes when Olya is out of her screen time for the day, and she was like, I'm gonna eat, mom, and you read for me. So like entertain me as much as you can. Exams, and I will tell you in a moment about that, and textbooks. By the way, I have here right now. I just ordered this one for English because I decided that probably Olya needs to pass a Cambridge exam. We haven't started preparing yet, but it's on the list. So this is how our Jamboard looks like. These are two different presentations, and also we use it, not only I use it, but our teachers too. So for instance, this Jamboard in Chinese, I think the typing was made by our teacher. And it's usually something relatable, like what Olya likes to do, or so we use photos or some funny pictures, and of course stickers. So Olya reads and adds some stickers. That's how she learns. Eva Dora, it was just for fun. We have read a book, Diario de una lechuza, in Spanish, and Olya was begging me to do a Jamboard. So, by the way, I asked her to read in Spanish the same that you see. So let's have a look.
Hola, Olguita. Ahora vamos a leer en español, por favor, ¿vale?
Eva adora dibujar los colores, sobre todo el rojo, hacer cosas, la palabra calabaza, la ropa fabulosa, la escuela está para.
¿A ti te gusta la palabra calabaza?
And here she actually was thinking so much about what Spanish word she likes, so we won't stop here for the whole minute. So it was for so let's see about Spanish. Here we see how she reads, and actually she had like 2 years ago she started to learn how to read in Spanish with her teacher, because I had no experience of teaching children how to read, and it was super fun. We had a teacher from Chile, and she's a kindergarten teacher, so she had all the experience, and we made something from Play-Doh and some games with syllables, and it was super fun and not difficult, because Spanish has only five vowels, and you can mix them, and it's really easy. Olya loved it, really. So
Hola, Olguita.
let's check. And here Italian. I was thinking about another exam, and we started to prepare. So this is an example of it's a textbook. It's like pre-A1 or A1 book. It's called Magica Italia. Let's listen.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Il tempo è bello, c'è il sole, c'è una piccola nuvola bianca nel cielo blu. Il tempo è brutto, piove. Ci sono delle nuvole nere nel cielo grigio.
Perfetto. Ciao.
Actually, as you can see, when she acquires this skill, yeah, she's super proud and she wants to read to everyone and like brag about it, like, let me read to you, I know how to do it. But when we start, it's always suffering and always whining and being annoyed, like, I don't want to do that. But of course, she's disciplined, because I'm her mom. I'm just saying, it's study time. She has a table. She has some textbooks and exercises. And sometimes I make her a plan for the whole day, what she needs to do, and she checks once she is done. So let me try to. So exams. I'm here for advocating exams, really, because everywhere when I say, oh, my daughter passed an exam, and people, I think they're petrified, like, oh my God, tiger mom, it's your breast, oh my God, why would you ever? Anyway, I love exams. I do take exams just for fun. For instance, German, Chinese. I took a few Chinese exams, A1, A2, B1 level, just for fun, not because I need them for anything. But I believe that when you prepare for exam, you do so much more. And, if you have a gap, like you missed some grammar or anything else, it's just builds your level, right? So when Olya was 5, she passed Chinese exam. Unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity to go to children's exam. So she took just the normal one because they don't have the lower level of age. So she took Chinese and she passed. I was super proud. And here in the picture, we're in the bus. We went to another city. It's called Yekaterinburg. And it's like 5 hours by bus. And it's difficult, yeah, but we went there in December, and Olya passed DELF Prim A1.1. So this is like pre-A1, and now she's preparing for normal A1. And it's really cool because when they give you certificates, they never say that it's for children. So Olya will get a certificate A1 just like any other person. So I am a tiger mom, but honestly, I think Olya has some advantages of taking exams. So I asked her, what do you think about exams? And she said, I said, what do you like about exams? And she said, first of all, presents. So in the picture, she got 2 super big presents after her first exam. And that's not for passing, I'm not giving her reward for passing it. No, I'm giving her without knowing the results. So I'm giving the presents only because I want to reward her bravery. So because it's difficult, of course, so you go to another town. Unfortunately, we don't have any exam centers here. So, and you need to just show. So also she likes having fun because we, as I told you, we go to another town and there we can go to a playroom and the cafe and just walking around and more presents. And I asked her and she said, well, yes, she kind of proud of passing them. Well, when she passes, you can see her score. And she needed to score 120. So it just was a little bit higher, but still it was super cool. And probably Ola was the only one in the room who didn't read pinyin. So she read only characters because, well, she was 5 and she read only characters. And now that's her reading level, and she thinks it's super hard because we don't practice a lot, because recently she decided that she wants to play with her teacher, like only playing, and they stopped reading and making Jamboards for a while, but here we are.
你好，Olya。
好，
你好吗？
好，
好，很好。我们看看这个。
因为他娃娃、他妈妈、他爸爸和妈妈的朋友一起去吃披萨，因为会是巧克力。他爸爸做了一个小雪猫。
对。
Yeah, that's how she was proud of herself. Actually, she was reading here Qingyue, that's her Chinese name. Qingyue, the first 2 characters here. So this text is in French and it's from A1 textbook that we use for preparing. She's going to have an exam in April. So let's listen.
Salut Olya. Salut. On commence?
Bien.
D'accord.
Le chat adore jouer. C'est son activité préférée. Il commence à jouer vers 4 semaines. Attention, le chat fait ses griffes sur les objets ou sur les meubles. Les chats dorment beaucoup sur les canapés, les lits ou les fenêtres, par exemple.
Oui, c'est ça. D'accord. Salut Olya. Salut, salut Olya.
Fun when she was just sliding back, like saying goodbye. So yeah, she likes, well, French is one of her most favorite languages. She has a in-person tutor because we were lucky. And can you believe that we have our tutor for 6 years? So only 7 and Oksana, that's her name. That's a Russian lady, but she's certified teacher, and they always speak only French. They never use other languages, and they just play, like playing with dolls, with stuffed animals. They cook together. They go to the cafe. Wow, they love each other so much, and it's 5 hours a week. So 2 times a week, Oksana comes to our house. But unfortunately, it's the only in-person teacher that we have because, well, we used to have some that we could have in person, but not anymore. And the rest of Olya's teachers are online. And yes, it was even before the pandemic. Then Olya started to have online sessions, and I think it's really great too for every multilingual upbringing. Here you can see Olya with a book. Actually, she can read a text for first grade in Russian, but it was so boring and the texts are not fun. And she was like, she looked so suffered that I didn't want to include in a fun presentation about multiliteracy. But I want to show you how Olya reads. It's super easy book. It's for learning how to read in Russian, and it has, as you can see, 4 different stripes. So you can mix them and make some fun stuff together. And please take a look, and believe me, it's not staged. I didn't ask you to laugh hard or anything. This is how she reads these books.
Мама толкает синий дуб.
Покажи мне картинку. Так, а теперь, Оля, слушай меня. Лохматый апельсин катится от хозяина.
Exactly like this. Every time she thinks it's hilarious. She thinks it's the most fun that can exist. Actually, I asked her yesterday, like, what is the hardest language to read? And she said Chinese. But she never says about Chinese and about speaking Chinese. No, she doesn't think it's difficult. So for reading, she said it's the most difficult. But as for French, it took us 3 months for A1 level. Well, more or less A1 level. We started to learn in September, and in December she went and she passed really great. Unfortunately, I don't remember her score, but probably around, she scored 90 out of 100 or something like this. And she had a really good score for reading, although her listening was perfect. Yeah, so when she listens, I think, of course, it makes sense because when we at home or when I play with her teachers, it's always the speaking and listening, so she has no problem of understanding. But reading, it's another skill, another ability, and we just work hard now with all these languages.
Мама толкает синий дуб.
Sorry. Yes, and I think I'm ready now to answer your questions because thank you so much for attention, and I'd be happy to start the question part. Итак, sorry. So I'm going to start reading the first question. Does Olya choose the languages she learns, or do you? So your name is Olya, yeah, but actually in America everyone calls her Ola the same way. Well, it depends. Mostly it was my choice, obviously, because we started since she was born, so she couldn't choose any language. But sometimes it depends on her desire too. So we stopped learning some languages last year because, for instance, Chuvash. We love Chuvash. It's super fun, but we don't have any educational tools, any educational videos, no cartoons. So we had a really talented teacher, but it wasn't just enough. And Olya wasn't thinking about this, so we stopped. on the opposite, sometimes when she says like, when shall we talk with Tika? Tika is her Japanese teacher. So I understand that she wants to keep going. And if I'm not sure that we should continue with something, I ask her opinion. But she usually always says, yeah, let's do that. Next question. What is Olya's daily routine for language learning? It's really broad question. Well, let's say I speak only English with her, and she speaks Russian with the rest of the family. Also, she has a few teachers. She has teachers. It means 1 or 2 times a week. Mostly once a week. She has a teacher for Chinese, French, Japanese, Hungarian, Spanish, and I guess probably that's it for the time being. Sometimes we switch. Sometimes it's difficult for pain, or sometimes it's the teacher stops tutoring. It happens too. So we're mixing. Next question. When you look for external tutors, how do you find a compatible one for her? In person better or virtual, such as Italki? Actually, our Japanese teacher is from Italki. Our Hungarian teacher is from Italki. We took some Estonian sessions and some Mongolian sessions from there. It's perfect. I mean, if you have a choice of a great teacher in person, of course, go for it. But if you have a so-so teacher in person or a super fun teacher online, go for online teacher, because I think it doesn't really matter, because learning a language, it's not only teaching sessions, right? It's not only lessons. We read books and that's more about routine. We read books. She watches cartoons in every language. So she plays applications sometimes, and if we have an opportunity, of course, we go to the country of the target language, such as Greece, for instance, and Olya is desperate to go back to Greece because, it's really a real boost for language, like for adults, same for kids. For instance, when Olya was almost 3, we went to Greece, and after 1 week and 1 hour lesson a day, so 7 lessons, with the Greek teacher there, and she literally thought that she was Greek. She loved Greek so much, and I think it's really good. So next question. How many languages do you want her to learn before 10 years old? Well, why before 10 years old? We tried some bits of around 20 languages. For the time being, we start with a dozen. So I think that we will continue this dozen. And on Instagram, I post about multilingualism. And I said that I decided to stick with the languages that can offer opportunity to teach children, special children. For instance, Chuvash or Tatar, they are aimed only for native speakers who live there, like they can go to school there, and not as foreign language. And on the opposite, Swedish has so many different kinds of textbooks for foreign kids. So I'm just choosing any, and it's awesome, really. So because when you're 7, when you need to read, you need to continue. You need the system. So only talking and only playing is not enough when you're 7. Next. Does Ola speak with a native accent for each of your languages since she's learning when she's young? Actually, I'm not the one who can judge, because I don't know. I would say she doesn't have a strong accent. like she doesn't have a Russian accent in any language, that's for sure. That's I can hear. But if she sounds like a native for every language, I'm not sure, because probably if she goes to a country and listens a lot, yes, she would definitely speak as the same. But I think that she doesn't have this like adult, like you obviously can hear my accent. Although I started learning English when I was 5, and I could, but the immersion wasn't enough for me not to interpret this accent, to take some Russian. Or sometimes I hear that my accent is not even Russian, but like some other languages interwear. I don't know. As for Olya, you can hear her when she reads. And actually, it's a good question, because it's funny, like she's switching between languages for reading. So even if she would have spoken 1 hour of English or Chinese or any, if she reads in French, it would be with French accent, obviously. Next question. What was the Japanese app she uses? Yes. Let me see. And I'm gonna show you. It's on my phone. So they have separate apps for hiragana and katakana. Well, they just code the same. Let me show you, maybe in here. Yeah, like this. So you just type hiragana, katakana, but you need to, oh, where am I? Oh my God. And you need to, I'm sorry. And you need to look to this app. So you just type hiragana, katakana, and it's for kids, but it's just called the same. And it's the one our Japanese teacher suggested, and it's really, really cool. Yes, it's super fun. It has a lot of animations, and it was dot to dot, and it has even English translation, but not a lot. It's all in Japanese. Next question. How old were you when you started learning each of these languages? Me? So, yes, I was 5. It was my first foreign. Then I started to learn French in high school. And when I was 20 something, I started to learn all the languages around me. Well, not all, but Spanish, Italian, Swedish, it was around 20. And I speak many of them quite good because I'm tutoring them. So it's so much repetition every time. So I don't only speak, but when I explain grammar all the time, of course, I remember myself. Next question. Is she on tandem? Maybe we can talk sometime. I'm 11, but I'm good with smaller ones. I am on tandem. And definitely, please get in contact if you would like to talk with Olya in any language that she speaks, because she's friendly, she's super sociable, she loves people, she loves speaking languages. If you have an opportunity or you're curious, like, I don't know, almost any language from our list, and if it doesn't matter if it's your native, if you are fluent and you want to speak it, get in touch with me and we will be happy. Yeah, I guess I'm allowed to say my Instagram. It's Polyglot Mama, and I think it's on my profile somewhere here on Polyglot Gathering. So you can just follow me or just message me, and we will be in touch. Thank you so much for your questions. It was fun, and thank you for listening to my talk. Have a great day.